Throughout history, we've honored brave soldiers, fierce generals, and tactical masterminds. But let's not forget the unsung heroes of battle, the animals who served right alongside humans. These four-legged, feathered, and even fishy soldiers didn't just wear figurative badges of honor. Today, we're diving into the wild world of animals in the military. First off, let's talk about pigeons. Yes, I know what you're thinking. When we think Air Force, we might picture jets and drones. Pigeons were the original Top Guns. Meet Cher Ami, a pigeon so brave it got a medal. The most famous story? In 1918, during the Battle of the Argonne, their last hope was sending out a pigeon, Cher Ami, to fly through enemy fire. Despite being shot at, hit, and losing a leg, Cher Ami still delivered the message. For its bravery, Cher Ami was awarded the French Croix de Guerre. And to top it off, Cher Ami was given a wooden leg to replace the one lost. Dogs in war are like the Swiss Army knives of the battlefield. They can do everything. Plus, let's face it, if you're stuck in a trench during a long, cold night, take Sergeant Stubby, for instance. This Boston Terrier mix didn't just serve in World War I. He was a stray who wandered onto a training ground and was smuggled to the front lines. Stubby had a knack for sniffing out danger, literally. He could detect mustard gas attacks. He also found wounded soldiers on the battlefield and even captured a German spy. Stubby was so beloved that he was promoted to sergeant. Yep, an actual military rank. He even met Presidents Woodrow Wilson, Warren G. Harding, and Calvin Coolidge after the war. And then there's Cairo, a Belgian Malinois and Navy SEAL team member. In 2011, Cairo was part of the team that took down Osama bin Laden. If you ever wanted to know the definition of a good boy, look no further than Cairo. He had more skills than a Swiss Army knife. Parachuting, sniffing out explosives, and probably giving high fives. Cairo's role in one of the most famous military operations of our time shows that dogs aren't just loyal, they're legit battlefield assets. Before tanks and Humvees, we had horses. Horses have been used in war since, well, as long as there have been wars. And they played a huge role in both world wars. One of the most best military horses is Reckless, a small mare that served with the United States Marine Corps during the Korean War. Reckless wasn't just any horse, she was a decorated war hero. Her job was to carry ammunition to the front lines. But Reckless wasn't your typical four-legged supply runner. Reckless often memorized routes and even under fire would deliver supplies on her own. Reckless famously made 51 trips in a single day, carrying over 9,000 pounds of ammunition without any human guidance. She earned 2 Purple Hearts and was promoted to sergeant. Reckless even developed a taste for beer and scrambled eggs, proving that even war horses have guilty pleasures. Then there's Comanche, the only survivor of General Custer's last stand at the Battle of Little Bighorn. After the battle, Comanche was found injured but alive, making him the last standing soldier from that ill-fated battle. In honor of his service, Comanche was given a full military funeral and was never ridden again for the rest of his days. A true veteran's retirement. If you thought cats were too aloof for military service, think again. These sneaky little felines played key roles aboard naval ships, mainly as rat catchers. Rats aboard ships were a big problem back in the day. Rats would chew through ropes, food supplies, and sometimes even the ship's structure. Cats, with their natural hunting instincts, became vital members of the crew. During the Chinese Civil War, aboard the HMS Amethyst, a famous feline named Simon became a legend for keeping morale high during the ship's 1-day siege. Simon's rat-catching skills were top-notch. The crew credited him with saving their food supplies and helping maintain order in a pretty chaotic time. For his services, Simon was awarded the Dickin Medal, the animal equivalent of the Victoria Cross, and was promoted to Able Sea Cat. Yep, even cats can climb the ranks. While Simon was an official ship cat, many other felines served as unofficial morale officers on warships, catching rats and cozying up to sailors who were far from home. You probably didn't see this one coming, but for decades, dolphins have been used in military operations. Since the 1960s, the Navy has been training dolphins to detect underwater mines and enemy divers. Because of their sonar capabilities and obvious agility in the water, these highly intelligent creatures are perfect for the job. One of the most famous dolphins in the Navy's marine mammal program was Tuffy. Tuffy was trained to deliver tools and messages to underwater research teams and even find mines. Think of Tuffy as a dolphin with a secret agent vibe, just without the tuxedo. But dolphins don't just find mines, they help disarm them. During the Iraq War in 2003, dolphins were deployed to help clear mines from the port of Qasr, allowing humanitarian aid to reach the region. Not only did they save lives by preventing ships from hitting underwater explosives, but they also proved that dolphins are more than just cute performers at marine parks. These flippered heroes were literal lifesavers in a war zone. Now, let's move on to the most unusual of military animals: bears. Some armies have enlisted the help of actual bears in combat. One such bear was Wojtek, a Syrian brown bear who served with the Polish army. Wojtek wasn't just a mascot, he was a soldier who actively participated. Adopted by Polish soldiers in Iran, Wojtek grew up alongside the troops. He even learned to carry crates of ammunition during battles. Wojtek was officially enlisted as a private in the Polish army. He was so beloved by his comrades that Wojtek retired to the Edinburgh Zoo. Finally, no list of animal heroes would be complete without talking about elephants. Used primarily in ancient and medieval warfare, elephants were the tanks of the battlefield before tanks existed. These massive creatures were used to carry troops, trample enemies, and strike fear into the hearts of enemies. One of the most famous military elephants was Surus, the war elephant of the great General Hannibal. Hannibal famously crossed the Alps to attack Rome in 218 BC and brought along an army of elephants. By the time they made it over the mountains, only one elephant was left standing. It was Surus, the big boss. Hannibal rode Surus into battle, and this elephant became a living symbol of strength and intimidation. So there you have it. Animals who have served bravely in wars throughout history. From pigeon air forces to dolphin spies and bear soldiers, these animals have proven that courage comes in all shapes and species. Whether they're charging into battle or simply keeping morale up, they're the true unsung heroes of the battlefield, doing it all without even knowing what a medal is. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so we can bring you more fascinating history.